Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana, it is a bearish chart. There's no way around this. Yeah, we can try to make out of this what we want. At best, as thoroughly discussed in previous videos, there could be some short-term upside here in a wave C here in yellow. Yeah, which would be part of this wave 4. So it came down to wave 3, moving up in a 4. But eventually it will come down in a 5 in my opinion, so there is one more wave to the downside missing. It could be we go down straight away, that would be even more bearish, but the option of short-term upside is still on the table. But I start to believe it might not be happening anymore, because the move down, we can't just get off the ground here, guys. This is getting weaker and weaker, and we're hitting price targets to the downside. I mean, we talked in the previous videos about the price range here around 1180, maybe coming down to 1140, but that would be, for this scenario here, really the worst case. I mean, we talk about the option of having here some short-term upside. Yeah, it should definitely not drop below $11.40. That has to do with Fibonacci extensions. That has to do with a target between waves A and C. If we already going below the yellow support box here is not good for a short-term bullish scenario or short-term bullish, upside basically. But this short-term bullish upside, again, it is at best just short-term. And I start to believe it might not be happening anymore. Anyway, this was only on the table should we break above $15. Yeah, I told you I'm not going to believe this until we break above $15. Basically above this so-called, you could call it a triple top here. We didn't get above it. Yeah, we retested resistance here again. That was on the 14th of December. I think that was when CPI was released. Failed and came down quite impulsively, and I mean, it has one more chance here to find support. And if we see at any point here now in the very short in the very near future, if we see some short-term upside now, again, short-term upside, if we see anything like that, like a 5-wave move to the upside, breaking above critical resistance here, at least the previous resistance, so breaking above $12.60 would be a first signal that we actually might see that upside all the way up to, it could get to $25 overall. Yeah, we have here a possible 1-2 setup in which we are. That would be the optimistic view of this, yeah. 1-2, and then with a wave 3 to the upside, that could reach $19 to $20 first. That is the 1.618 extension. So let's just measure that here with the trend-based Fib extension tool. We would need to get to the 1.618 extension. And yeah, it would take us to around, it's now only 1850 for the wave 3. Has to do with the situation that we dropped further. So that would always need an adjustment of the targets then. You know, let's say if a wave 2 drops further, then the target for the wave 3 will drop as well. But yeah, sort of it's the 18 to 19 region, and then we could get higher in a wave 5, maybe all the way up to $25. But again, that is a very optimistic view, and that would only allow us some short-term upside. I personally believe we would come down afterwards. It's a bearish chart unless we can rally impulsively above $30. That would be my assumption. I mean, if we zoom in here again, the key support levels are known. Yeah, I believe we have possibly, well, I can't keep up this count anymore anyway. So it could very well be that we are still in this larger wave 4 and that it is some kind of a triangle here. That's still possible, yeah. And that it's actually an ABCDE pattern, and that would even be more bearish, because if we're still in this wave 4 coming down here, yeah, it could take us to 1140, but at the latest there we need to turn around if we want to keep up this short-term bullish potential. But again, it's not the primary expectation. I told you I only believe it if we get above $15. So yeah, I have concerns about Solana. It's a bearish chart anyway, so unless you really want to trade this short-term upside, I would be extremely careful with it, because I have added a more bearish count. So if we break below 1140 straight away, this is probably the count we have to go with. We would have to assume that let me just adjust it properly here. Yeah, that we came down in a wave 1. So this is also the last wave down, but it consists of 5 waves. Wave 1 down, wave 2 to the upside. That is basically the same count that you currently can see on, let's say, the Polygon chart, but the difference is that Polygon hasn't made a new low yet, so it doesn't really matter if it drops in 5 waves. Here, Solana has made new lows, so if this count applies, then we made a wave 1 down here at 1190, that was middle of November. We moved up in a wave 2, peaked here around $15. We are now coming down in a third wave. Again, that could take us into the $7 range, as I said before, then a wave 4 to the upside and a wave 5 down, and we could look at $2 to $3, $2 to $5. I mean, there is really no real downside target that we can give here other than just key support levels, yeah. But it is a really bearish chart. I can only repeat that. I don't believe that we will necessarily see this upside, this short-term upside. It would be the more optimistic view, but even then, after the short-term upside, I would believe we come down, and it would be a trade against the higher level trend, in my opinion. At some point, these coins will recover. So be aware, you know, they can then suddenly, if let's say the bull market returns at some point or we see a relief rally, they can suddenly go up 10-15%. That is not necessarily bullish if it's just a relief rally. But we have dropped so much that at some point there will be some kind of a, if it's still in the bear market, it will be some kind of an irrational relief rally against the trend. If the bull market returns, yeah, I mean, then it would, out of the blue, it will suddenly start to jump up. But that's the case with all coins. And then there will always be another entry point after we have seen 5 waves up. There will be the 3 waves down. That would be another entry point. Unless you want to buy the falling knife, which is this one here. Just be careful with that, yeah. But yeah, that's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.